Hello everybody and welcome back. I hope you're enjoying the new series. Today we find ourselves in another new car. As you can see from the car interior is festooned with the ProDrive logo. Can only be one particular car with the name of Nicky Grist and Colin McRae on the side. And on the back of the seats it is the Subaru 22B, the World Rally Car winner from 1999. And covered in the resplendent 555 Subaru livery. There's a quiz question there. Where does 555 come from? However, it is a rally car for the road today. We've set it up in road car format and we're taking it to the grind. Let's see how it does. Settings will be sports mediums and we've got it in at 599.78 pp with 513 brake horsepower. We have got suspension fully customizable, which is standard in the car. You can't do anything with it. The differential, we've managed to purchase. Well, no, it's all standard with the car. Sorry, fully customizable differential gear with a torque vectoring center diff is all standard. Downforce, we are at 119 at the front. That's tuned to meet the PP. 250, which is everything on the rear. Fully customizable ECU at 70. And the performance adjustment restrictor just down to 93. We haven't added any weight or put it anywhere. We just didn't feel the need. Transmission set to manual at 330. It's the fully customizable race manual, not the racing. High RPM turbocharger. And we've turned the anti-lag off. We're going to try and keep the fuel. Everything else is purchased. Oh, except for the steering angle adapter. We've purchased that as well. For whatever reason, we got a bit more turning angle if we needed it, but that's been put on. There's nothing else extra. Let's go take a look at GT Auto. Let's see what we've done with wheels and tyres and various bits and pieces. As we say, we've got the mediums on. So wheels, we've currently got fitted the Ray's Volk Racing T37 Saga in 18. So let's go and just show you what we've got. So we've fitted them as 18s. Standard size has gone to wide. As you can see, it stretches the tyre just a little bit. The offset to wide, that gives a slightly wider track. So in terms of custom parts on the front, we've got the Type B. You can have it with or without the grille and the mesh and the bottom splitter. We've gone for the Type B. And on the sides, we've got the Type A, which is just some inner wheel flaps and mud guards. Nothing much. Nothing on the rear, no rear wing. The only other thing we could do here is put the front grille on or off, and we've taken that little Subaru logo out on the Type A. It costs you £5,000 to do that. Other than that, folks, that's your lot. Let's get to the track. So it's the World Touring Car 600 Tokyo Expressway with a maximum prize of 550,000 credits plus the clearinghouse bonus, which takes you up to somewhere like 830,000. You need to have a PP of 600 or less. And we've got a field of similarly appropriate road race cars. "12 laps of this majestic course, and it starts off somewhat moist, one would say. It used to rain quite a bit here. You got rain for the first couple of laps, but not so much in the latest updates. Assists will be traction control 1, default ABS. We might actually go to weak ABS actually, because it's a rally car, because it's a race car, and it's a very smooth circuit. Counter steer assistance strong. And controller settings, controller steering sensitivity 10. Not that that means anything anymore. And we've got the force feedback max torque 7, force feedback sensitivity 10. We are using a Fanatec DD Plus with a GT Extreme wheel. Rightio. Without further ado, let's get stuck in. So what we're trying to do here is use the new cars to the game and prove that they're worth using and worth having. If you're going to be doing the grind, you're going to have to try and find a way to enjoy the grind, because you're going to be at it for a long time. You're going to put many races in. You've got to buy them cars, and it will cost you in the region of 270 to 300 million credits if you want to buy them all. I have actually owned all the cars. I've got that collector done. I've finished the game, so to speak. I'm just doing it for pleasure and to share the wealth. Here we go then. Up to 170 plus mile an hour. Going to brake just on the 200. Absolutely zero slide on these 18-inch wheels. Just going to see if we can put Mr. Gentry behind us without... Oh, we got a clip. Is that the end of the clean race bonus? I think it might be. Oh, we're getting a shove from Mr. Gentry. He didn't like that, did he? Down the outside of Mr. Conomos, we'll follow Mr. Takeda. Back on the gas. We're going to get a tap from Mr. Conomos. No, we're not. Do we go round the outside here? Yes, we are. We're going to break it down. Once you've driven this circuit a few times, you start to get the confidence. But that weak ABS is absolutely perfect. It is slowing the car down, stopping it without causing any sort of issues. I was a bit fearful that the 18-inch wheels would introduce quite a bit of slide, but they haven't. Fuel map is sat at 9.2 laps, so we're going to be able to refuel, short fuel at the halfway point if we want to, take another set of tyres. But these tyres seem to be lasting well. We might get a stint at some really fast laps. We'll see. Going to brake on the 175. Down to first gear around the outside of these boys. Yeah. Just got past the Audi of Mr. Grady. Out accelerating Mr. Yamanaka will get in front of him. Chase Mr. Beauvoir. We're up to 9th place. Need to get this into 6th gear and let it chase down the park. There we go. We looked at the rev count, the rev range, or the power curve, and it was pretty linear all the way up to about 7,000 RPM. Not the fastest car in the pack, topping out at 176, 177. We like to see him up close to 200, but I don't think this is going to get there. Just braking on the 200. Letting the car slide into the corner. There we go, catching another Subaru, Mr. Miyazzano. Now we're kind of hoping for a lap time in the 210 sort of region, but a 225 opening lap is pretty slow. Mr. Gallo with a 2:14.789. That's not going to be the fastest lap of the race, is it? Chase Mr. Mia. Ooh, never good. No damage, thankfully. Just slid that a little bit too hard. Front tyre's now taking some punishment. We can always do a little bit of adjustment if we want to on the power. And put some power to the rear. And we're already at 60/30, so not too bad. Now we've got a massive amount of stuff to the front, so here's with front wheel drive or four wheel drive cars, we like the front wheels to be pulling out the corner, so you get the push and the pull. In this case, I think we're just making this car suffer into the corner, really. Down to first gear, off the brakes, just let Subaru run wide. We'll take the inside line. Oh, he's just snicked us. So Mr. Beauvoir is starting to filter his way through traffic there. Let's see if we can keep in the draft of Mr. Miyazzano and carry some pace. 8 laps to go. That'll put us on lap 10. So 2 lap sprint at the end if we're going to get these tyres to go all the way. Mr. Blazan, see if we can chase you down. We're not overtaking much in the way, are we? Beauvoir is sitting right on the back door of Mr. Fraga by the looks of it. Going to brake about the 175. In through third gear, that's the way. Try and keep it in that stuff. There we go. Some people like to grind, wall ride this grind. So you put the left hand side of the car against the outside corner and just run it round it. It makes it very, very fast and efficient. You can still get the clean race bonus by doing it. I personally don't do that kind of thing. That's not my thing. But it's highly advisable. You're grinding after all. If you just want it to be easy, easy, easy. Whereas I like to have a good old race about it. Mr. Blazan, let's see if we can carry some pace off this corner and take it up the inside here. Let's see what we've got. Want to overcook it now. We did that beautifully. Timed that really well. See if we can catch Mr. Beauvoir and Fraga just as we're going into this corner. Brake on the 175. Show them that we mean business by lining up that inside. Didn't get anywhere near them, did we? Still moist going around that corner. Look, if you put a tyre off track. What did we get last time? We got a 1:12.353. And Mr. Suswillow has the fastest lap of 2:09.501. So we've got some work to do. Now, there were other options. You could have taken the medium turbo, which has slightly less punishment in the way of PP increase. So we could have probably kept a bit of power. But 13 seconds back from Gallo. I'm not really worried about anything at this pace at the moment. Oh dear. It slid away from me there, didn't it? Is what I thought the 18-inch wheel would do. Excuse me. We have got a race on here, you know. Can't afford to clip the curb like that. That takes away too much speed. If we can get a catch through here, third gear. It turns in beautifully when you get it right. A little short shift to carry the weight past Mr. Beauvoir. There we go. Mr. Fraga next. We'll try and get him before the hairpin. If it's going to work for us. Carry a bit of pace around the outside. We've done it. Yes, there we go. Yes, he knew we were going to take that spot. So we're chasing Mr. Hazal now in the Road 22B. Trouble with me R's then. My R's. Not R's. What were you thinking? Oh, Mr. Fraga trying to get it up the inside. Mr. Beauvoir just runs it a bit wide. There's the man we're chasing, Mr. Hazal. 12 seconds behind Mr. Gallo. Mr. Gallo normally goes to the pits on lap 5. Don't get much variation in this race now. Sometimes Gallo doesn't pit twice. Sometimes Cookabun pits twice. We haven't done this race for a little while. I'd say probably best part of 8 or 9 months since we've done this race in reality. Spent a lot of time preparing for Le Mans when we did that. There we go. I'm wondering what other sort of power changes we could make to this to not make it suffer quite so much. Oh, look at Mr. Fraga come under the brakes. He was ploughing away there, wasn't he? Really caught us down there. Now it's time to catch Mr. Hazal. Mr. Gallo may well be going to the pits at this point. We did a 2:11.9 and a 2:11.2, so we're just 1.8 seconds off on the fastest lap. Primarily because this car doesn't have the pace down the straight. So we've got to do what we can on the corners. Brake balance, where do we think we need that to go? Need to take some paint off the front tyres, so let's go to the rear a little bit. See if that changes anything. There's Mr. Hazal now. 22B for the road. It's unusual to see a 22B in such a dark colour. We're only ever produced in the World Rally Blue. We've got the bump there on Mr. Hazal. Mr. Gallo goes to the pits then. 35% of fuel. Where are we? We're on 50% of fuel, so he's burning a fair bit more than we are. Suswillow and Cookabun take up the mantle as Gallo starts to take fuel. We're just 0.3 seconds ahead of Mr. Hazal, who's now going to come past us. Is he? Yeah, he's dropped into the draft and he's now going to push on. Swings back across in front. Where's he going to brake? We're going to brake just on the 175 to try and capitalise on any pace we had, but Mr. Hazal is just that little bit quicker. He's got some really deep dish wheels on there. He's also much lower than we are. We had the opportunity probably to lower the car, take a bit of height out of it. Fifth gear gave us the impetus there. Around the outside just to hold it down 2 gears. There we go, charging on through, up into third place now, 5 seconds off the lead. Now the question is, do we carry on pushing or do we pit and take the new tyres now? I think new tyres now is the answer. We only have to take 6 laps of fuel. Coming after the back of the RE Armenia, driven by Mr. Cookabun and Mr. Suswillow in the car ahead, the GTR 17. When are they going to the pits, one wonders. It looks like Suswillow's on his way. Let's take the pits now. Let's get some new boots on. And a lot less fuel. There we go. Take the tyres. And we're going to take fuel to 6.2 laps. And we should be in and away fairly swiftly. Here we go. Out ahead of Mr. Suswillow. Behind Mr. Blazan. There's Mr. Gallo on his way. He's held up by Mr. Miazano, fellow Subaru driver. So, brake balance is tweaked to the rear. We're light on fuel. And we're going to aim to try and get really rapido lapping. We want to be touching those 208s really. I don't know how much difference all that fuel's going to take. We're 23 seconds off the lead, Mr. Cookabun. It'll be a good measure to see where he go in, where we come out, or where he comes out when we go past. A bit short shifty there. Not as short shifty as when it was at the time trial around Eiger. Oh, the Subaru behind comes flying past. The Supra 20 seconds off the lead. And we're chasing Gallo down, who's hassling Blazan. So Cookabun in first, Fraga second, Hizal third, Blazan fourth. Slidey car. So Cookabun's in. 16% of fuel. That'll be his one stop. Fraga's gone in. Does that mean Hizal's going in? Hizal has gone in. Blazan's going to go in, I would suggest. That means Gallo is going to go to the front. There he is. We're now chasing him down. This is our outlap. He can't measure us on this. Now this is the first flyer, really. 51% of fuel left, 5 laps. We're in second, just 5 seconds back. The Gallo is pulling away, so we've got to try and catch that. Braked closer to the 150 that time. I think we could probably brake on the 150. 6.5 seconds back. We're going to be quicker through the twisty stuff. Let's make progress. Just letting the car slide and do its job as we get to the entrance to the corner there. Driving really well, it's really controlled. Hardly having to make a massive input into the steering. 4.8, so we've just lost a little bit of time. Oh no, it's purple, not blue. So we're up on the purple time, so this would be a mid 209, I'd suggest. We just have to keep the power on. Not sure we'll probably be able to do it because of the pace on the straight, but to be where we are through the twisties is excellent stuff for this little 2.2 litre turbocharged rally car. We're still in the purples, look. That'd be good if it's a 209. That puts it in a really competitive part of the cars. It's as fast as the GTR 17 if that's the case. Look at Gallo, is just 5.8 away. Let's see what we do. 7, 8, 9. There's a 9.7. So Gallo's just done a 2.080. Ah, that's such a shame. So let's see if we can really put in an absolute blinder now. 6th gear just gives us a little bit more, a tiny bit braking just after the 150. We can probably go deeper. Where are we on the purples? Come on. Really keen to know if we're making hay. We're catching Gallo at this point. Bounced off the wall, which is never good. Down to 4.4. We're down. But we're up on our last lap. Let's charge on. Come on. catching him. So that tells us we're not massively under threat from a victory from him. We're going to be pushing on. Got him down at 3.7, so he's backed out for fuel or tyres, one of the two. He's going to the pits now. We're 11 seconds ahead of Cookabun. It's a good little race. I'm enjoying this. It's a good little car. 3 laps to go. He's into his pits. He's not taking fuel yet. That's a 2:10.3, so we lost a bit of pace through there. Let's go. Come on. Let's see if we can get some pace on the go. So Cookabun's into second. Yamanaka goes into the pits as well. He's on 8% fuel. Going to brake on the 150 just after. Absolutely threading a needle through there. Forgot to look up to see what the timer said. 4th gear. Back on the power early, straighten the wheels up, let the car carry. We're about the same as last lap. Braking on the 150. We're not going to get that fastest lap of the race. I can feel it. Ah, 0.6 down. So I think we're 0.6 down on our time as well. So that would suggest this is a 2:10.3 again, which is a shame. 2:10.4. Wowzers. So fastest lap came with the tyres at their optimal point. They've definitely changed the tyre wear coefficient, haven't they? Tyres used to be good about lap 5, 6. Now they've made the tyres better earlier in the process. Gallo still the fastest lap with a 2:08.071. Our fastest time a 2:09.773. In all the videos we've done so far in this little grind series, I haven't found a car that's going to really push the AI. Gonna have to work on them a little bit better. Exactly the same time, look, 0.733. I think that's 3 laps in a row. We've been very similar to that time. We've just lost the car through there. That's a shame. Excuse me, I need to drink on the straight. Dying. On the 150. I find this a truly great way to enjoy the game. We get to try out all the new cars. We get to test out their capabilities. You guys know I don't tune the car for precision. I just tune it for power and grip. I read a interesting little synopsis by somebody that they understand that the update for update 1.49 has really brought the car or the tuning capability of the car into 5 main areas. So you've got power, grip, brakes, aero, and one other. Kind of forget what that is. But there's only 2. Oh, it's weight. Weight is the other one. So the only real areas where you're going to make a massive gain are with grip and power and brakes. 3 areas. The other 2, aero and weight, really don't seem to be a thing. You can trade them off for anything really, because the braking affects the grip so much. So what I'm trying to do is trying to create cars that have got more power and more ability to grip, so that you can actually enter the corners. And we try and get the brakes right with the brake balance or the ABS, and the car will actually be relatively drivable. I suppose that's the key part of the factor, but we won't be tuning it for precision. So, and by precision I mean I won't be doing ride height or anything of that nature, because we found in the past you don't need to. You just make a car that has got the power, got the ability to go around the corners, and then you can drive the rest of it. But we'll have to see. We're coming round on the last lap now. 18 seconds in the lead. Mr. Gentry is only just in front of us, so we have really made some inroads into being able to lap the first car. He's just shooting away down the straight. There he is. We won't catch him by the start finish, but we're 18 seconds ahead of Cookabun. It looks like Cookabun is going to stay ahead of Gallo. And this is going to... Is it going to be a sub 27? That's going to make this faster than the GTR 17. Oh, it's easy going to be faster. A 26, absolutely epic. What a great little car, always knew it would be. 22B rally car. The Group B. One of the finest cars of its history and time. I don't think I could afford one nowadays. So there we go, the Impreza rally car from 98, 26 minutes 50 seconds, 10 seconds quicker than the GTR 17. We don't get the fastest lap, and we're not quite ahead of Mr. Gentry, only 2:07. So almost a lap ahead, but it's a great little car and it's capable of winning. And no clean race bonus. We're finding that a little bit challenging to win this time. There you have it, folks. Thank you very much. We will see you on the next one. All the best. Take care.